Afternoon. All right. Who's going to lead us off?
Coach, any update on Weston Tradez heading into this week?
Yeah, Tradez was out at practice today, moving around, threw the ball to him a little bit. I would say that he is, for Saturday, we're going to put him probably, I think we said questionable. Yeah. And then West is doubtful. Those are our two guys.
Brian, I'm not sure how much you saw of it, but Florida had an assistant coach that was suspended 3 games. Just what did you make of what you've seen of that situation that happened pregame this past weekend, and is 3 games enough for what took place?
Yeah, our commissioner has a better sense on, issuing those penalties. For me, we just wanted to make sure that our player was safe and that he was okay. So, making sure that was the priority on our end, and whatever happened relative to suspensions, sanctions, whatever the case may be, that's out of our hands. We want to take care of our player, and that's what we did this week.
Brian, I know you addressed it yesterday on the teleconference, but could you kind of list maybe your thought process, pros and cons of playing Garrett this week, and why you decided to go the way you did?
Because he's feeling good. We had to limit a lot of things that we did the first 3-4 weeks, and he's finally coming to practice feeling good and getting into a good rhythm. This is his best week of practice, so we want him to go and play the game at a level where he's comfortable, and to hold him back really at this point would not be the right thing for him. So he's excited to play because he feels so much better. And I don't want to say, hey, he's back to the Garrett Nussmeier, but there were a lot of things that he couldn't do that he had to kind of adjust to, and it's good that he's back, and doing the things and throwing the football the way he feels and comfortably. No, I don't think we go into it with that thought process. I think we go, let's play Garrett, let's see how this thing goes, and then make adjustments during the game.
You spoke a lot about third downs earlier this week in practice, and just kind of y'all's preparation for this weekend. Just what would constitute a successful weekend for you in that respect, and what you want to see from your team on third down? Well,
I think we all know what the national averages are. We've been quite above that, relative to success rate. To me, it's picking up first downs in third and short. I think that is what we're looking for, is that we convert in those situations, and we weren't as successful. So, if you're in a lot of 3rd and 10s, you're looking at other issues, right? How did you get so far behind the chains? So, in one respect, we stayed ahead of the chains in most instances. But now you got to go convert in short yardage. So I think short yardage conversion needs to be, a high percentage for us, and it should be.
Coach, speaking about, since we're on the topic of offense, what signs of improvement have you seen from your offense in practice this weekend?
I think they're just really focused on, being technically sound. We have a lot of players that are they don't have a ton of experience. So, really making sure that technique that they need to use on Saturday is present during the week, and being really demanding that's what they pay attention to. And I thought they did a great job this week of really paying attention to the details associated with playing with offensive line. Just being a big guy out there and throwing yourself around is not where we need to be. We need to be technically sounder in everything that we do, and that was our focus this week.
Brian, a lot of people are reporting that the SEC is going to announce the new scheduling situation on Tuesday.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Three annual opponents, and
yes,
whoever else you're going to play in 2026. I'd love for you to tell us who you're going to play. If you know, but how involved have you been with the process, or been made aware of the process?
It's been an open conversation in every meeting that we've had with the athletic directors and, any of our SEC, meetings, whether it's the fall meeting or the spring meeting or the summer meeting. It's been constantly at the top of the agenda. So everybody's quite aware of, what is out there. The athletic director here knows what it is, but the head coach doesn't. And look, I've said this from day one. I think you can make a case for a half dozen teams, that would be that natural rival. But there's other teams that want those games as well. And so I think they'll come up with a pretty good, rationale for it. But I'll take Alabama and I'll take Georgia and I'm kidding. I mean, we'll play whoever they tell us to play, but I really don't know who it's going to be. I've been in every one of those meetings and I've heard everybody talk about what they would prefer. I don't know that, for me, I just want to play what would naturally be, our rivals. And so, but I don't have a vote in this. This is the athletic directors and our commissioner.
I got two, if I can. Following up on that, is equity matter in that situation to you?
I think it's part of the equation. There's no doubt. In the conversations that I've been privy to, certainly some feel as though they're going to get the short end of this, and others are going to feel like they got a good deal. But I think at the end of the day, all of those factors will play a part in what the decision ultimately ends up being.
And then just thinking about this past weekend's defensive performance, specifically at the linebacker position with Keys and Singleton, do you think Witt being sidelined for some of fall camp helped those guys with the reps maybe they got to be ready for that situation? Or is that just an overall, because we saw it with Deshaun as well, just an overall ability to step in and pick up?
Oh, there's no doubt that playing time. I thought what really helped Devon, obviously, was him getting reps last year, right, in game situations. So when he stepped in, the moment was not big at all for him. It was, but for the younger guys, it was, it was their first time in there, and so you could see the difference. I just think live reps, playing in a game in that kind of magnitude, really accelerated, those guys. Deshaun's been in the games, so he's had a taste of it, but I think he needed to gain a little confidence, and you certainly do when you pick off a couple.
With Zion Williams, how is he sort of progressing from his
He's
concussion?
he was full contact today.
And among some of those younger guys with the freshmen, who are some guys you want to be able to insert into this game at some point to, see him
I love you,
start
Koki.
traction?
I mean, I just don't think in those terms. We'll be prepared, right, to play whoever is necessary in those times. But I really like the way Brown is practicing at defensive tack. Mathis is. Those two guys are really good players, and they're going to be really good players here. I like the way they're competing. C.J. Jackson's been awesome. Kalaj Cobbins, Carpenter, all those guys that haven't got a lot of work. Would it be great? Yes, but I can't think that far ahead. And my focus is so much what's right in front of me.
But Mathis has actually earned some time in some of these games. So what has he sort of done to earn this playing time, despite the fact that it's a really deep defensive tackle room?
I have an old adage about how do you get a defensive lineman off of a block, and you just yell louder, get off the block. My point being, sometimes he just has a good feel of shedding offensive linemen, and did that without much teaching. He came in right away and had those natural instincts. And I think sometimes that's what accelerates some of the young players. They just have a natural instinct to do the job that they're asked to do. And they kind of move ahead of everybody a little bit. And then as those guys get some experience that didn't have maybe that trait, they come along. And that was Mathis. He just had that natural trait. Good. Thank you.